a person who tests positive tells the health department who they've been in contact with. The health department then alerts those people and asks them to monitor their symptoms and to quarantine if needed. And it's happening across the country.
I asked you all to start keeping a daily log.
Rhode Island's governor asked everyone in the state to keep a personal log of whom they've encountered. Massachusetts is investing $44 million to hire and train more tracers.
So here I have the list of my contacts.
And in San Francisco, with more than 1,000 cases and at least 20 deaths, healthcare officials use text messaging to communicate with people who've tested positive and their close contacts most at risk.
For every new case, there are 3 to 5 close contacts.
Dr. Mike Reed is with the San Francisco Department of Public Health. They're calling on everyone from medical students to librarians to help them with contact tracing.
The reason for training people now is so that we're ready in 3, 4, 5 weeks' time, whenever the decision is made that we'll end the shelter in place.
Tech companies are also preparing. Apple and Google recently announced a joint plan to create software for iPhones and Androids that will allow them to keep a record of every other phone they've come in close contact with. The tracking is voluntary.
Your phone will know what other phones you have been near for a period of time. Then if you, let's say, test positive and you alert the system, it will go and find all of the phones that you have been near over the last 14 days.
Dan Ackerman is senior managing editor for CNET.
Of course, there are a lot of issues with that. Just because your phone is within Bluetooth range of another phone doesn't mean that you were necessarily in communicable disease range of somebody.
Americans love their apps, but they also love their privacy.
When we think about tracking and tracing, all the news over the last several years has been negative. And now they're trying to shift it into being something for a greater public good. It may be a hard sell.
Now, using a smartphone to trace this virus is already happening in places like South Korea and Singapore, but there it is mandatory. And something else worth mentioning, Anthony, is that these contact tracers will not ask for information regarding your social security number, your financial information, and they will not ask about your immigration status.